In 1910, children disappeared from the Spanish town of Cador. Since then, the town has been rumored to have a nightmare that captures children in sacks. Until now, the town has been terrorized by the disappearance of another child. The boy's friends have also disappeared. The boy and his friends plan to enter the lair of the so-called nightmare to look for the missing children. Just then, someone suddenly appeared out of the closet. The man was trying to scare them away, but he fell on the floor. They came over to see that it was an older man, John. He seemed to be investigating the missing children's case. The walls were covered with what looked like hundreds of missing persons notices. John said he was one of the missing children. He's noticed that every 7 years there's a wave of disappearances. Each time the first case occurred on June 28th, and it all started with a man named Francisco, an old physician and a witchcraft enthusiast. He suffers from severe tuberculosis, but instead of resigning himself to his fate, he tried to renew his life through an ancient ritual that required the blood of a child. So on June 28, 1910, he kidnapped his first child. 2 months later, he was arrested and sentenced to death. Before he died, he spoke his last words.
Volveré a por vuestro niño, una y otra vez.
Francisco died at 8 p.m. on October 1st. His last words caused panic in the crowd. His story was passed down, and the power of the legend created the nightmare. So every wave of disappearances ends on October 1st, which is tomorrow. When the nightmare lurks again, the missing children will never be found. The nightmare preys on children who feel guilty and brings them back to their world to feed on. John told them about his life. He was caught by the nightmare in a big, deep pocket. He was able to break free only because he had the knife his father gave him with him. He tried to help the other children, but he couldn't find them, and eventually he was lost in the darkness. Until a crack suddenly appeared in the wall and he ran out of it. He passed out and was found the next day. He was found with a piece of broken sacking clutched tightly in his hand, and this was the key that helped him leave. This piece of sacking transcends the guilt in people's hearts. At that moment, there was a bright light from the window, and it was his mother. John told them to keep it a secret. They promised, but when they got in the car, they all told their mother. The mother doesn't believe them and is furious with them. When they got home, the second sister got a text from Paula telling her to meet her at the front door in 10 minutes. The two girls went out into the field. Paula's plan was to let the night demon capture her so that she could find a way to rescue her brother. When confronted by her second sister, Paula pulled out the pieces of burlap she had stolen and said that this would be a way to escape. She asked second sister to video record all this so that she can leave evidence behind. The second sister is a bit hesitant, but agrees to Paula's friendship. In order to make herself feel guilty, Paula steals her father's chainsaw and prepares to cut down the tree she has protected. On the other side, the mother who misses her husband is in tears. Lucas came over to him, ready to confess something. It turns out that his father's car accident happened because he was arguing with him. He kicked the seat of his father's car, and that's how the accident happened. The mother told him to go to his room. She wanted to get some air. The boy went back to bed, but the covers moved by themselves. He pulled the covers back. He got up and looked under the bed. He put his hand under the bed and pulled the covers out, then lay back down on the bed again. Paula saw through the tree, but nothing happened. The only people who came were the police. She was arrested. When the second sister came home, she found her brother missing. Her mother went to the police to report the disappearance. The siblings were worried. They didn't have much time. Jack heard about Paula and came over. The three of them decided to finish Paula's unfinished plan. At that moment, the jar suddenly flew away by itself. They rushed after it. Eventually it arrived at the feet of Uncle John. Although he was angry with them for stealing his things, he also recognized their courage. The pieces of cloth inside the jar kept jumping and seemed to want to go to a place. Maybe this was their chance to find the nightmare's lair. And so began an exciting journey to find their way. They follow the jar deep into the woods and find a small house. Paula was woken up by a policewoman who told her she was free to go. She turns her head and sees Lucas' mother, who is crying. After talking to her, Paula realizes why the nightmare didn't come for her. The night demon only takes children who have been made vulnerable by their parents' blame. If the parents are willing to forgive them, it may allow them to regain shelter. At that moment, her cell phone received an address from her second sister. She had a new idea. She walked outside the police station, picked up a loudspeaker, and began her speech. As soon as they heard her mention the legend of the night demon, the parents thought she was playing a prank. But when she asked how many had blamed them before their children disappeared, everyone fell silent. A few people walked inside the house, and the jar suddenly shook violently. Then a slit slowly opened up. John tied the jar to the door. They had to be out by 8, or they would be trapped forever. The cave is dark and gloomy, and the floor is covered with sacks containing missing children. A few of the sacks were still glowing. Several fireflies flew out of the sacks, which were filled with children who had recently disappeared. They were trying to rescue them when the second sister found Francisco's body. They have to save the children before he wakes up. As the sacks are opened one by one, the nightmare wakes up. And eventually he's nowhere to be seen. John realized something was wrong and told everyone to hide. The nightmare finally shows up. Jack confesses that he knew about Gobby's disappearance when he videotaped him. At that moment, the nightmare let out a scream and suddenly disappeared. Big Brother decides to take this opportunity to find Lucas. John realizes that by confessing his inner guilt, he is putting the nightmare in harm's way. They find Lucas, but the nightmare reappears. John told them to hurry up and let the guilt out. The nightmare seems to have disappeared again, but the next moment, he attacks Jack. The second sister confesses that she's a hypocrite and has been disguising herself for the sake of other people's approval, and this made the night demon hurt. Jack was able to escape, with everyone confessing their dark side. The nails and nightmares back tighten, causing him immense pain, and he eventually collapses to the ground. John walks over and confronts his inner fears. The nightmare pulled out a firefly and stuffed it in his mouth. Then he turned and attacked John. Then he attacked the eldest brother. The second sister was also knocked away. He was about to take the elder brother away. John revealed his secret. It turns out that he was too scared to save the other children, so he chose to run away alone. Now he confessed his guilt and decided to let go of his heart. And so the nightmare was defeated, but John stopped breathing. The parents finally arrived and found their children trapped in the sack. Their words of forgiveness attracted fireflies. The children's consciousness returned. It's 8 o'clock. They need to get out of the cave. They run for their lives. Jack removes the jar from the doorway and seals the nightmare inside. This is the ending of the 2023 Spanish horror movie, El Hombre del Saco. This story tells us that parents shouldn't keep blaming their children for things. Words hurt far more than physical harm. The child may lose himself in the blame over and over again, which may lead to irreversible consequences. We need to put ourselves in each other's shoes to understand each other and confess our inner mistakes and feelings, so that family relationships can be harmonious. I'm a BullDog movie. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.